Hi, everyone. My name is Sacha, and I'm the founder of Hulse. And I'm super excited to share with you that today, Hulse is launching. Hulse enables you and your team to do more with your unused personal computing power by deploying thousands of open source machine learning models directly to your personal computers. Essentially, Hulse helps developers, scientific, and researchers do more with the personal computing power of their team. And it's as simple as using a server setup or the public cloud, except that it's more compliant because your data stays local, and it's also cheaper because you don't have to pay for expensive cloud servers. I'm going to show you quickly how to get started. So showing you a little tour of the Hulse dashboard and then how to download the macOS app. For now, the beta only runs on macOS systems. And then in the following video, I'm going to show you an example use case as a developer of what kind of app can you do with the Hulse beta. So let's get started. Right now, I logged in with my account. You see, I don't have any clusters yet. So let's create a new one. We're going to create a cluster to analyze Twitter sentiment. So let's say we have a bunch of tweets and we want to analyze that, which is a pretty good use case because if you were to use natural language processing models for sentiment from a cloud server, you'd probably be limited by a text character quota, which you don't want. So analyzing tweet sentiment. All right, let's create that. So we see we've created our cluster. I'm the admin of the cluster, which means I have the right to edit and delete it. And also I'm given a cluster ID, which is what I'm going to share with my team members to allow them to join my cluster. Now we already have the macOS app downloaded. We'll move to that in a second. Now let's check out from, let's say I'm another team member and I want to get started with that. So I'm going to create a new account. So we got started with our other account. And now let's join a new cluster. So we have our cluster ID. Let's see that. All right. So we see we joined our Twitter cluster and now we're two people in the cluster. Now that means that if these were on two separate computers, both of these accounts would be able to use the computing power of each other. And that would be done using either the Python client or directly the Hulse API, given that you're using your API key. So now we're going to copy this API key and we're going to open our macOS app and we're going to install our app and get started with Hulse. All right. Awesome. Hulse is a pretty simple app. It lives in your menu bar. So you don't really have to do anything else except checking it out once in a while. So let's log in. We logged in successfully. And here you can see that I am able to start my host. Now we're set. We have created our cluster, we have downloaded the app, and we have now started the host. So I'm ready to deploy and use any models that runs in the background. So let's extend this and show you a quick demo of a simple web app I've built and I've connected to my Hulse backend. I will need to use my API key, which gives me the right to send queries to our Hulse cluster. And now let's go on Twitter and find a tweet that we want to analyze. Here, anonymous tweeting. A tweet URL. So now what's happening in the background is I provided my API key and I provided a Twitter URL. This application is meant to analyze Twitter sentiment. So what happens in the background is this using the Hulse API is used to send a query to my model, which is running from the app on my personal computer. And then a response is returned to the web app. Here you see we've analyzed the sentiments using the Twitter sentiment cluster, which is our cluster here. And we got a negative sentiment with a high confidence that is from a natural language processing model. So I hope you enjoyed this demo and that kind of shows you the extent of what you can do with Hulse. I invite you to go check out our documentation you can find on the main page if you want to learn more about it and try it out and give me feedback if you have any. I'd really appreciate it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great time getting started with the Hulse beta and that I can accelerate your machine learning pipeline with Hulse. Thank you. Have a nice day.